The Flight of Friendship 7. Text by John Carr. Blast off. It is February the 20th, 1962. We are at Cape Canaveral in Florida, United States. John Glenn climbs into a small space capsule on top of a rocket. The capsule is called Friendship 7. After a final check, the countdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Astronaut John Glenn climbs into Friendship 7. The rocket blasts off. "We're on the way," says John Glenn. 5 minutes later, Friendship 7 is 160 kilometers above Cape Canaveral. It breaks away from the rocket. "The view is tremendous," says John Glenn. Friendship 7 is the first United States spacecraft to go around the Earth with someone inside. Astronaut John Glenn. Friendship 7 blasts off from Cape Canaveral.
In the capsule atop the Atlas missile, the colonel will be strapped to a contoured couch. Once in flight, the Mercury will be tilted so that the astronaut will ride backwards. The seconds tick off as his rendezvous with space approaches. The hatch cover causes a slight delay when a defective bolt is discovered. Then, millions are moved to silent prayer. Everything is go. The takeoff of the Atlas, blasted off by 360,000 pounds of thrust, carries the Mercury gracefully skyward. The Friendship 7, climbing rapidly out of the Earth's atmosphere, exerts a pressure of 6 times the force of gravity on the astronaut. Loud and clear, he reports back to Mercury Control, reading off his instruments, commenting on his reactions. He speeds at 17,500 miles an hour, reaching a high point of 160 miles and a low altitude of 99 miles. Each of the 3 orbits takes about 90 minutes. 3 times the colonel sees the sun rise within a period of 4 hours and 56 minutes. 3 times around the globe for a trip of 81,000 miles before he re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, a shield protecting the astronaut from the intense heat. Ground instruments indicated his heat shield was loose, and he was instructed to hold onto his rocket bank to help hold the shield in place. Right at hand, however, is the destroyer Noah, and she speeds to the capsule to take the vehicle and pilot aboard. Despite a few shaky moments among ground control personnel, Glenn is down, hale and hearty. With support cables attached, a pincer-like crane will lift the Friendship 7 aboard. The now famous Friendship 7 is safely lashed to the deck of the destroyer, and the crew prepares to help Glenn from the capsule. First glimpse of the conquering hero, Colonel John H. Glenn. He left his footprints among the stars. He has a grin as wide as the path he blazed as he rests briefly before being flown to the carrier Randolph by helicopter.
In space. Friendship 7 is traveling very fast. Above the Indian Ocean, John Glenn sees his first sunset from space. Only 45 minutes later, he sees the sun rise above the Pacific Ocean. As Friendship 7 passes over Australia, the people of Perth and Rockingham turn on their house lights and street lights. "I can see the outline of a town and a very bright light just to the south of it," John Glenn tells Mission Control. "The lights show up very well, and thank everybody for turning them on, will you?" Perth becomes known as the City of Light. Western Australia, from Friendship 7. Off course. The automatic steering on Friendship 7 breaks down. John Glenn has to steer Friendship 7 himself. Mission Control gets a signal that the heat shield on the capsule is loose. If this is correct, Friendship 7 will burn up as it comes back to Earth. By now, Friendship 7 has gone around the Earth 3 times. Mission Control hopes the signal from the heat shield is not correct. They don't tell John Glenn about the heat shield. Mission Control asks John Glenn to return to Earth. He fires the rocket pack to slow Friendship 7 down. He does know that there is a problem with the heat shield. As Friendship 7 enters the Earth's atmosphere, the heat shield gets red hot. Rocket pack. Heat shield. Safe landing. Burning pieces of the rocket fly past the window, but the heat shield stays on. "What a real fireball," says John Glenn. Friendship 7 drops safely into the Atlantic Ocean. John Glenn is a hero. Friendship 7 is pulled from the ocean. John Glenn shows Friendship 7 to President John F. Kennedy. The capsule. Heat shield. Astronaut. Window. Hand controller. Control panel. Parachutes. Hatch. Rocket pack. Glossary. Astronaut, the pilot of a spacecraft. Atmosphere, the air that surrounds the Earth. Capsule, place where the astronaut sits on a spacecraft.
Type your name and click on Next. Create a new project or have fun clicking on the buttons. Then drag items onto the space to make a picture. Type or write your project captions under the picture. Click Next to make another page or click Finish to view your project. Fantastic work! Click Save to save your project. Click Print to print your project, or click Start again to make another project.